So I kind of messed up yesterday. Because of that, this is about 2 hours earlier than I usually record these things. So yesterday was my oldest daughter's half birthday. Before you come at me, because I know I never celebrated half birthdays as a kid either. I didn't even really know it was a thing until recently. But what I'd kind of forgotten is that half birthdays are huge for people like her who have their actual birthdays during the summer. Anyone like that, at school, they always celebrate their half birthdays as like the bigger deal because they can't celebrate their actual birthday during the year. So in her brain, to her, which is what matters, a half birthday is like a super important thing. I do a lot to make actual birthdays super special, but you know what we don't do a lot to make extra special is half birthdays. So we did some in the morning that she'd been asking to do, right? We went and got hot cocoa and bagels. And then after that, the day just like kind of got away from us. My middle child had hockey practice. My youngest child had to play vampire everywhere. We also had a lot to do to get ready for the week because we have a couple really important things going on this week. Most of the day, my oldest just kind of like entertained herself, which for context is not incredibly common. She's usually either playing with us or playing with her brother, playing with her sister, playing outside. And as like admittedly I sometimes do as a parent, right? When that's happening and kids are occupying themselves and we have stuff to do, I'm like, I'm not gonna disturb that. And then last night Suzanne went out with a friend, so it was just me and the 3 kids. So I was still trying to get stuff done around the house, and because when I looked in the fridge, we had like spicy chicken for dinner, and that isn't gonna work. I was like, all right, I'm just gonna order pizza. At this point, the kids were all playing together in the basement, and I was like, I'm gonna order pizza. Is that fine with everyone? And my middle was like, yes. And my youngest was like, "Arr, arr, arr, arr," and Riley was like, okay. But like, it's pizza, and again, I needed something easy, and I was kind of thinking about me, not remembering the conversation from like 2 weeks ago when she asked to take a break from pizza for a couple months because she just didn't really like it anymore. So we finished the night, we're getting ready for bed, and as many of you know, before she falls asleep, I always ask her, what do you want to talk about? And last night she goes, I don't want to sound ungrateful, which is a very big word for a 7-year-old. But she goes, I felt like I needed more attention today, which is like, also, as many of you know, one of the things that we try to work on with our kids a lot is being able to verbalize their own emotions and understand their own emotions and process them and not necessarily like act them out, right, in terms of, you know, lashing out against their brother or sister, but just being comfortable, being honest with us about what's going on. I'm like sitting there staring at her as she tells me that she needed more attention, thinking like, okay, it is your half birthday, which again is a bigger deal for you than maybe your birthday, because like that's what they're talking about at school all the time for people with summer birthdays. You're thinking about your day. You woke up, we went and did the one thing that like you probably would have wanted, right? We got hot cocoa and bagels, and then we had to do, you know, your brother's activities, and then you kind of just like entertained yourself for most of the day by yourself, and then mom went out, so then like your mom wasn't home, and then dad was an idiot and ordered the dinner that you told him not to order anymore. And when you think about all that from a 7-year-old's perspective, that's a big deal. That's like 4 big deals all in a row. And so we had a conversation about, first of all, like how proud I was of her that she was able to tell me that and not show it most of the day, right? Obviously I told her like, next time tell me during the day when dad's being an idiot and not paying enough attention to you, so that we can like correct it the day of. But my point being in telling this story is that I think as parents, we try so hard to help our kids learn things that maybe like we didn't necessarily learn, or that, you know, we wish that everyone would learn. And it's really easy to get frustrated when we don't see the fruits of that labor immediately. Last night was the perfect example for me of, people say all the time, like kids are like sponges, right? And that's absolutely true. But sometimes it takes a little while for the water to come out. And that's what happened last night. And I was super proud of her. Also super disappointed in myself. And so now I am going to be 2 hours early for work because I want to make sure that I'm able to leave early, because I told her that we were instead going to celebrate her half birthday today. So if you have any awesome ideas, you let me know. Okay, have a good day.